Hello, God help me, I'm Morgan Delaney, your author of dark, strange, and fantastic fiction, also professional boogeyman. He himself will be here in a couple of minutes, but we should have time for a killer list first. This one is the kind of hard-hitting research that, honestly, I thought David Attenborough should have covered long before now. It's a killer list of 10 snakes missing from the Bible. 1. The Bible does not mention terrifying sea snakes, despite several of the monstrous beasts attacking and eating all but one of Noah's arks. Because if anyone mentioned it at the time, Noah threw them overboard. You see, having done his bit for humanity, he wanted to retire to manage a small beachside bed and breakfast. Naturally, he didn't want people to be scared of the water. 2. Nor does the Bible mention the adorable furry honey butt snake. This was a wise and friendly creature which could produce biscuits and honey from its bottom. Unfortunately, the furry honey butt snake was on the same ark as the unicorns, the sphinxes, and the grown men capable of looking after themselves, all of which went extinct when the terrifying sea snakes ate their ark. 3. Strangely, you won't find mention of any snake named after a colour in the Bible. There's no mention of the black snake, the brown snake, or the green snake, not even white snake, for God prefers jazz. 4. The Bible doesn't mention snakes growing on women's heads. That's a different story. Medusa. 5. Nor does it mention flying snakes. Thank God. Although, see number 6 for a counter-argument, perhaps. 6. There are no fairy godmother type snakes in the Bible, which is a real missed opportunity. Like, when Moses' people were starving in the wilderness, it would have been so much cooler if winged snakes had dropped baskets of bread and cheese for them instead of just manna. Perhaps while singing a little song and dancing. That's worked very well for Disney. 7. The Bible doesn't offer us a single snake from outer space. Back then there was only heaven, hell, and earth, which just proves that fantasy is a much older genre than science fiction. Number 8. Speaking of science fiction, what's always really irritated me is that there are no self-driving snakes in the Bible, because, disappointingly, 6,000 years later, there still aren't any. And that's despite Elon Musk having been banging on about them being available in the next 2 or 3 years the entire time. 9. There are no snakes with positive personality traits in the Bible. Hardly any snakes at all, really, apart from a couple of supporting roles. There's very little in the Bible for snakes, so it's hardly surprising that so few of them read it. On the other hand, there's only one bit that's definitely a mistake, in my opinion. There are no snakes wearing clothes in the Bible. I mean, if you think about it, the snake knew being nude was naughty, yet the snake was naked himself. So, the way I see the scene is, because he knows what he knows, the snake is lounging around the tree in a loose-fitting kimono. What's that? Ask Adam and Eve when they show up. It's a kimono, says the snake. What's a kimono? They ask. It's fashion, darling, says the snake. Why are you wearing fashion? Have some apple and find out. All right, good night. Sleep tight. Don't look in the wardrobe if you don't want a fright. Hello? There's somebody in there.